But since they're doing, all hands on deck, every federal agency is helping out with these arrests. Like FBI is out there, ATF is out there, like agencies that don't even have Title 8 authority, which is immigration, are out there doing these things. So like,
so are they getting like deputized in a way to go and be allowed to do that?
Basically, they're doing the operations with Border Patrol, ERO, and ICE, who are the main lead agencies with Title 8. FBI does have Title 8 authority to do immigration, but they never want to admit that because that would mean that they would have to deal with their own prisoners, and no one ever wants to process illegal aliens because processing aliens is a big pain in the ass.
Okay.
Because you got to like make an alien file for them. You got to do put all the paperwork. Like deporting someone is actually a lot of work. Like it's not easy. So it's a lot of paperwork.
You got to come out of retirement, go live on Instagram. Let us see what's going on out there, bro. I'm trying to see it.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
it's
Get
I
super
feel-
chats while oh my God.
They're talking.
I mean,
out
Hey
loud
chat,
as
what do you
you're
want me to do?
arrested.
it's crazy, dude. Like, because I've done it all when it comes to like I've deported aliens myself. Because I started my career in Laredo, Texas. So like,
Yeah.
you're right there on the border. So like sometimes, Border Patrol will catch a load, right? Of like, it'll be a smuggler with like 10 aliens that they're trying. You prosecute the driver, right, for alien smuggling, and then the illegal aliens are in a group. Everyone that's like not going to be held as a material witness, they could get sent back. So they just get like a volunteer removal, and then you just kick them out, send them right back over the bridge.
So you're just gonna go film live. You're like, gift 10 memberships.
Yeah,
Get
gift 10
this guy with
memberships, yeah.
pepper spray.
So
But yeah, no, things have changed a lot, man. Like, pretty much all of HSI now, they've stopped. I've talked with a couple of guys on the job. Like, they don't even do criminal cases right now. Everyone is doing immigration, just straight immigration.
Interesting.
And for HSI, like, they're, they do money laundering, drug trafficking, anything coming in or out of the country. But almost all of them have like been pushed to do immigration stuff.
So is drug trafficking like the customs side of it, as in shipping and stuff like that?
Yeah, like, anything coming in or out. So like, like when I was on the border, for example, I was like in a human smuggling group where we did like immigration, but you would catch drugs as well all the time too. Like when customs calls you from the bridge, hey, we got this guy with like 10 kilos of coke, you'd go to respond.
The customs agents
Can I
are
ask,
like, bro.
how long ago were you doing this?
So I was an agent from 2013 to 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this was like Obama and Trump era, basically.
Yeah.
What difference did you notice after Trump took office trying to do that job?
Oh man, it was so when Obama was in, it was very difficult to get like immigration enforcement done, right? Like if you got caught at the border, it is what it is. But like when it comes to like interior enforcement, which is what you guys are seeing now, unheard of, like under Democrats, because like immigration is a dirty word. So like politicians, even Republicans, don't like really enforcing immigration like that. So what Trump is doing is like unprecedented. The fact that like he's mobilizing Border Patrol agents to go to interior offices and interior cities to like go and pick these guys up is fucking nuts. I've never seen this before. So it's a good thing. But yeah, when Trump came in, to give you an example, right, just the difference. So when Obama was in, right, like, a lot of these aliens, or well, especially Biden, the aliens would get something called a notice to appear, or an NTA.
Yep.
So they would get these NTAs and they would let them go to wherever they're going to go in the United States. And these NTAs, they'll be sitting in the wind waiting for like 2-3 years because immigration court is way backed up. They don't have enough immigration judges. They don't have enough
Stay in
hearings.
Mexico came from, right? Like,
What was that?
That's where stay in Mexico came from when Trump came into office. Like,
Well, with Trump, so with Biden, they were getting NTAs.
Yeah.
With Trump, it was you're getting expedited removal. So within 2 weeks, you had to get out of here. Like they were deporting them right back. Like they were catching them, they're giving them an ER, which is expedited removal, which counts as actual real deportation. Or if it was their first time, they'd get a VR. But most of the time, it would be an ER. And this is important because the way you're deported dictates, if you could come back in the future. Right. And then when you're arrested by immigration, they have to remove you in a certain manner. So is it order from an immigration judge? Is it a voluntary removal? Is it an expedited removal? But when Trump was in, everybody was getting ERs. Everybody.
and one of the reasons
is good.
Obama's numbers were so high on deportations because they were being turned away at the border and those were counting as deportations.
Like and that's the other thing too. People say, oh yeah, well actually Obama did more. Like Democrats are always bad on immigration because they never, like, if the aliens make it in, they're good. But like with Trump, he was a bit more aggressive where you can do interior enforcement. That's where the real deportations, like what you guys are seeing now, this is what we should have been doing we've been doing this a long time ago, like doing interior enforcement.
You mean
but everyone's
enforcing
scared
our
to
law?
Yeah,
probably.
You're right when
Yeah.
I'm gonna read some
Yeah.
paragraphs from this article because it's insane. It says Chicago has recently seen several violent incidents targeting federal immigration authorities. Last week, Border Patrol officers were ambushed when individuals rammed their vehicles into agents. I'm assuming into their actual vehicles and not their persons. But one of the suspects, identified as Miramar Martinez, was armed and had a history of doxing federal agents. On Monday, federal agents arrested a gang leader accused of offering bounties to capture and kill a senior immigration officer involved in Operation Midway Blitz. An ongoing immigration enforcement effort in Chicago, the suspect Juan Espinoza Martinez, an illegal immigrant from Mexico, allegedly placed a $10,000 bounty. That's pretty decent. On Border Patrol Chief Gregory Bovino. That's crazy. It does feel like the liberal, like they're doing this thing where everyone's kind of comfortable with violence from a distance.
Yep.
Like I'll tweet about it. I don't experience it in my life ever. I live very safely. I'm very chill. Nothing's going on. But like I'm crazy and I'll dox people and I'll tweet out this stuff and I'll participate online and hopefully a real crazy person will do the thing that I won't do. And that seems like their strategy.
Yeah.
Like tens of thousands of these people are being disgusting monsters and sort of just being like, this Trump next. Whatever, and they're just hoping through doxing and giving out this information that they will motivate the next guy.
Well, and every single accusation from the left is always an admission. You probably noticed a couple years ago they started using this phrase stochastic terrorism.
Yeah.
So if you were to state any borderline normal right-wing talking point, they would accuse you of stochastic terrorism. And one of the left's favorite arguments for like the past 5 to 10 years. As soon as they really started losing the culture war because people could access information online, as soon as you started making good arguments, they'd say, well, no, you can't make that argument because like some crazy person who believes that will shoot up a school if you make that argument. And that has unironically been their line of reasoning for a very long time. Like if you say anything that's out of step with left-wing orthodoxy, you're either like going to get a gay teenager to commit suicide or someone's going to shoot up a school. And that has been their emotional blackmail. But of course, they're projecting because they will openly call for violence against their political opponents. And like you're saying, their hope is some crazy person is actually going to go do it.
Yeah. Well, this is why, I don't think Americans understand how bad the immigration problem is, right? Someone that worked in immigration, right? People say, oh my God, how could you be so heartless? We're not just getting beat on the border, right? For all these years. We're getting beat in the interior too, because people come in legally and people don't understand they overstay their visas. Mm-hmm. They scam our systems where they, do marriage fraud. There's an entire marriage fraud underground where you got corrupt immigration attorneys working with these people where there's people that get married multiple times as sponsors getting paid $10, $20, $30,000 to marry this person, make it work for 2 years. They, help them rehearse for their CIS interview when they do meet with their immigration official to get, their green card or whatever. Like we're getting beat on so many different angles when it comes to immigration. And we're finally doing something now with Trump, doing interior enforcement. And this has been a big problem that every politician has been too scared to do because, number one, it requires a lot of effort from all these different federal agencies. Number two, you get all the opposition that we're getting right now. And then number three, you deal with danger and you have to mobilize units and everything else like that. But we've been needing to do this for a very long time.
Yeah. It's also, it hits right at home for a lot of people because the people that you end up having to deport are ones, you're not hearing about the gang leaders. You're not hearing about the drug dealers. You're hearing about the people who are living in your neighborhood, next door to someone. And it's always harder and I think in a lot of ways for anyone. I don't think it's just the left that tends to humanize their neighbor more than they are going to humanize somebody who they read an article about. But once you see them enforcing these laws on somebody that lives, who could be living across the street from them, that's a very hard thing to really, really get the public on your side for. So the fact that there is as much support for the immigration process as it's being handled now kind of speaks to just how bad it got for so long.
Yeah. And this has been a problem that's been going on for decades, and every politician has been too scared to address it. So I got to give Trump credit for this because it's easy to catch illegal aliens at the border and send them back. It's easy to give them an expedited removal when you caught them. It's another thing to mobilize ERO, enforcement removal operations, ICE, and all these other agencies, interior, and arrest these guys in major cities real time and run these immigration ops. And the other thing too with immigration operations is your authority is limited. Like when you have an immigration warrant, yes, it's a real warrant, but you can't kick their door down, right? You can't you don't have the same power as you would with a federal arrest warrant. So you are limited in how much you can move. So the fact that they're actually getting this done, this has been something that we've been needing to do for decades, man.
For decades. And I sort of agree with what you were saying. Everyone says these deportations are so horrible, they're so ugly. Firstly, I'm just going to throw this out there. Traditionally, when people talked about deportation, they were talking about removing a person from a country that they lived in and were a citizen of. This is a little bit different. This is the removal of aliens. So deportation isn't even actually the proper word for it. But even so, yeah, sure, it can be ugly to see that happening on the news. But that's why we have to have the border closed, right? Because when you let tens of millions of people in completely unvetted and we have no idea who's
And
gonna
giving
be
them
here,
NTAs.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.